Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast.
Great to be back.
Today, we're taking a focused look at Robinhood Markets with you. You provided some really interesting material.
Yes, a detailed due diligence report plus some very recent updates from, well, basically now April 2025.
And our goal is to kind of unpack all of this together, help you understand the key takeaways right now.
We certainly have a comprehensive set of information. There's that report covering, financials, business factors, management risks.
Right.
And then there's recent news, stuff about their upcoming earnings call, a performance snapshot.
And that analyst overview, too, looking at growth and financial health.
That's right, and where they fit in the competitive landscape. It's quite a bit to work through.
Okay, let's get into this then, starting with the bigger picture.
Okay. So Robinhood operates that commission-free trading platform. The idea is making investing accessible.
And how they make money. The sources mention payment for order flow, PFOF.
Correct. That's a key one. Also, there are Robinhood Gold subscriptions and interest earned on cash balances.
And they offer trading in stocks, options, crypto, too.
Yes. Equities, options, and crypto are the main areas.
What seems really compelling from the start was that commission-free model.
Absolutely. That and the user-friendly kind of mobile-first platform.
That really helped them grab attention, didn't it?
It seems like it was instrumental in their rise, particularly with younger investors joining the platform. A big fintech player now.
Okay, so let's shift to recent performance. The materials you sent over. No specific stock price data, but strong Q4 results for 2024.
Yes, quite strong. Record revenues mentioned, $1.01 billion for that quarter.
Wow. And a significant increase in net income.
That's reported too, plus growth in funded customers.
How many was that?
Reaching 25.6 million by February of this year, 2025.
Okay. And Gold subscribers were up as well.
They also saw an increase, yes.
And we should remember the Q1 results for 2025 are just around the corner.
That's right, due out April 30th. So fresh numbers are coming soon.
Now, connecting that to operational growth, you said funded customers grew.
By 2 million year over year. That's definitely notable growth.
And assets under custody, I saw a mention of a peak.
They hit a high, yeah. $204 billion in January.
But then a decline.
It did pull back slightly in February, down to $187 billion.
Okay, but net deposits, those look strong.
Very strong. The sources highlight $52.3 billion over the past year.
And just in February.
$4.8 billion in February alone. So money is still coming onto the platform.
Suggests ongoing investor interest, I suppose.
It does. And trading volumes also showed significant year-over-year increases.
Especially in which areas?
Particularly equities and crypto trading volumes were up noticeably. Option contract trading remains high too.
So activity is definitely there.
Seems like it. Lots of user engagement reflected in those volumes.
This is where it gets interesting. Looking at potential strengths, your sources point to that accelerating customer growth we mentioned.
Yes, that's flagged as a positive, along with those robust net deposits.
And their position in crypto.
Their strong footing in retail crypto trading is also seen as a strength.
And that acquisition, Trade PMR.
The potential there is adding substantial assets under administration. Could be significant.
But it's not all positive signals. The materials also mention some, let's call them red flags.
Well, points to watch, certainly. That month-over-month decline in assets under custody is one.
Right. The dip from January to February.
And also a decrease noted in securities lending revenue. Something else to keep an eye on.
And the big one, maybe, their reliance on payment for order flow.
That's definitely a factor. PFOF can be, volatile.
And it faces regulatory scrutiny, doesn't it? That's mentioned in the analysis.
It does. There are ongoing discussions about potential conflicts of interest and how it impacts execution for investors. It's a recurring theme in fintech regulation.
So, thinking about the wider industry, Robinhood isn't alone here.
Not at all. It's a very competitive space. You've got the established players like Charles Schwab, Fidelity.
The newer fintech companies, too.
Absolutely. And that commission-free trend. It's pretty much industry-wide now.
So that initial edge might be less unique.
The differentiation has perhaps shifted, plus broader factors like regulatory changes.
And crypto adoption rates.
Those are big industry factors that can really impact Robinhood specifically.
Okay, let's talk risks then. The due diligence report emphasized regulatory risks.
Yes, that's highlighted as significant for platforms like Robinhood, especially around compliance, and order routing practices.
Makes sense. And market volatility.
Always a factor. It can directly hit their trading volumes across all assets, stocks, options, crypto.
And just competition. That's an ongoing risk.
Definitely. Increased competition is just part of the landscape they operate in.
But on the flip side, opportunities exist. The sources mention expanding crypto offerings.
So that's one potential avenue. Developing their retirement products further is another.
And maybe looking abroad, international markets.
International expansion is often cited as a potential growth area for fintechs like them.
And that earnings report, April 30th, that's a key catalyst, right?
Absolutely. Everyone will be watching that for recent performance and their outlook.
What about integrating trade PMR, that acquisition we mentioned?
The successful integration of that business is definitely an opportunity. It serves registered investment advisors, RIAs.
So a different customer base.
Potentially, yes. It could broaden their reach and maybe bring in more stable assets under administration compared to just retail trading.
And maybe future interest rate cuts could help?
Lower rates could potentially be beneficial, yes. Might encourage more borrowing or investing activity.
It's interesting comparing them to peers, like Schwab or Interactive Brokers.
Very different focuses, really. Robinhood clearly excels at attracting that younger retail investor.
Driven by the mobile app and crypto.
Right. While competitors might target, wealthier clients or offer more comprehensive wealth management services. Different niches.
So boiling it all down, what does this suggest? The info indicates strong growth in users and deposits.
Yes, those numbers are quite positive.
But areas like keeping those assets on the platform, asset retention, and maybe diversifying revenue beyond PFOF, those need watching.
Those definitely seem like areas that warrant continued attention based on these materials.
And that upcoming earnings call will be critical.
It's going to provide really important insights into their recent performance and, crucially, their future outlook.
Which leads to a pretty central question, I think.
Which is?
How will Robinhood manage this balancing act? Growing the business in such a competitive and regulated environment.
That's a key strategic challenge for them, no doubt.
And what are going to be the real drivers of sustained profitability for them down the line?
That's what investors and analysts will be trying to figure out. What ensures long-term success?
Well, that seems like a good place to wrap up this particular exploration into the materials you shared on Robinhood Markets.
We've covered quite a bit recent performance, strengths, potential challenges.
And the wider industry context, too. Hopefully this gives everyone listening a clearer understanding of the key things to consider right now.
For anyone wanting more detail, especially specific financial figures or updates after that April 30th earnings release,
where should they look?
Robinhood's own investor relations website is the primary source. And, of course, reputable financial news outlets will cover it extensively.
That's where you'll find the most current information as things develop.
Definitely.
Our aim is always to offer a shortcut to being well-informed, and we hope this look into your Robinhood sources has done just that. Thanks again for bringing these materials to us.
My pleasure. It's a fascinating company to track.
If you found this analysis valuable, please do subscribe, like us, and maybe leave a comment.
Yes, let us know if you have further questions or perhaps other topics you'd like us to explore in the future.
We really appreciate your engagement and look forward to our next discussion.